English 1A, Reading and Composition. Today's lecture is on researching. Conducting research. Pose questions worth exploring. Approach your topic with a series of worthwhile questions to help you focus your research and guide you towards developing an answer. While thinking about possible questions, choose questions that are narrow, not too broad, challenging, not too bland, and grounded, not too speculative. Choosing a narrow question. If your initial question is too broad, given the length of your paper, look for ways to restrict your focus. Example, too broad. What are the hazards of fad diets? Narrower. Why are low carbohydrate diets hazardous? Choosing a challenging question. If you draft questions that provoke thought or engage readers in a debate, your research paper will be more interesting. Example, too bland. What is obsessive compulsive disorder? Challenging. Why is obsessive compulsive disorder so difficult to treat? You may need to address a bland question in the course of answering a more challenging one. It would be a mistake, however, to use the bland question as the focus for the whole paper. Choosing a grounded question. Make sure that your research question is grounded in facts and not too speculative, because speculative questions are inappropriate central questions. Too speculative. Is it wrong to share pornographic personal photos by cell phone? Grounded. What role should the U.S. government play in regulating mobile content? Map out a search strategy. A search strategy is a systematic plan for tracking down sources. For an overview of available resources, consult a reference librarian and take a look at your library's website, including the library in your plan. Reference librarians are information specialists who can save you time by steering you towards relevant and reliable sources. Before you ask a reference librarian for help, be sure you have thought through the following questions. What is your assignment? In which academic discipline are you writing? What is your tentative research question? How long will the paper be? How much time can you spend on the project? It's a good idea to bring a copy of the assignment with you. Explore your library's website. Even if you are unable to visit the library, as an enrolled student, you can still use its resources. Check your library's website for information for distant learners. Starting with your library's databases. Do not go straight to the internet and ignore your library's resources. Using them early and often in the research process can save you time in the end. General internet searches might seem quick and convenient, but they may generate thousands of results. Figuring out which of these are credible, relevant, and worth further investigation can require many additional steps, such as refining search terms, narrowing the domain name to include only org, gov, or ed sites, weeding out advertisements associated with results, scanning titles and sometimes content for relevant results, combing through sites to determine their currency and relevance as well as the credibility of their authors. Starting with your library's collection of databases can save time and effort because many library searches automatically sort them into subject categories that allow you to view narrowed results with just one click. Choosing an appropriate search strategy. No single search strategy works for every topic. For some topics, it may be appropriate to search for information in newspapers, magazines, and websites. For others, the best sources may be found in scholarly journals and books and specialized reference work. Still, other topics might be enhanced by field research, interviews, surveys, or direct observation. To locate articles, search a database or consult a printed index. Libraries subscribe to a variety of electronic databases, sometimes called periodicals or article databases, that give students access to articles and other materials without charge. Because many databases are limited to relatively recent works, you may need to consult a print index as well. What databases offer? Your library has access to databases that can lead you to articles and periodicals such as newspapers, magazines, and scholarly or technical journals. General databases cover several subject areas. Subject-specific databases cover one subject area in depth. Many databases, especially general databases, include the full text of at least some articles. Others list only citations or citations with short summaries called abstracts. When the full text is not available, a citation usually will give you enough information to track down an article. Your library's website will help you determine which articles are available in your library, either in print or in electronic form. General databases. The information in the general databases is not restricted to a specific discipline or subject area. You may find searching a general database helpful in the early stages of your research process. Your library might subscribe to some of the following databases. Academic Search Premier, a database that indexes thousands of popular and scholarly journals on all subjects. Expanded Academic, ASAP, a database that indexes the contents of magazines, newspapers, and scholarly journals in all subject areas. JustStore, a full-text archive of scholarly journals from many disciplines. Unlike most databases, it includes articles published decades ago, but does not include articles from the most recent issues of publications. LexisNexis, a database that is particularly strong in coverage of news, business, legal, and political topics. ProQuest, a database of periodical articles. Through ProQuest, your library may subscribe to databases in subjects such as nursing, biology, and psychology. Subject-specific databases. Libraries have access to dozens of specialized databases, each of which covers a specific area of research. To find out what's available, consult your library's website or ask your reference librarian. The following are examples of subject-specific databases. ERIC, a database offering education-related documents and abstracts of articles published in educational journals. MLA Bibliography, a database of literary criticism with citations to help researchers find articles, books, and dissertations. PsycInfo, a comprehensive database of psychology research, including abstracts of articles in journals and books. Public Affairs Information Service, a database that indexes books, journals, government documents, statistical directories, and research reports in the social science. PubMed, a database offering millions of abstracts of medical research studies. Refining keyword searches and databases and search engines. Common terms and characters may vary in electronic databases and web search engines. However, some common functions are listed here. Use quotation marks around words that are part of a phrase. Use and to connect words that must appear in a document. In some search engines, Google for example, and is assumed, so typing it is unnecessary. Other search engines require a plus sign instead. Use not in front of words that must not appear in a document. Some search engines require a minus sign instead. Use or if only one of the terms must appear in the document. Use an asterisk as a substitute for letters that might vary. Use parentheses to group a search expression and combine it with another. How to search a database. To find articles on your topic in a database, start by searching with keywords, terms that describe the information you need. If the first keyword you try results in too few or no matches, experiment with synonyms or ask a librarian for suggestions. When to use a print index. A print index to periodical articles is a useful tool when you are researching a historical topic, especially from the early to mid 20th century. The Reader's Guide to Periodical Literature and Poole's Index to Periodical Literature indexes magazine articles beginning around 1900, many of which are too old to appear in electronic databases. You can usually access the print articles themselves in your library shelves or on microfilm. To locate books, consult the library's catalog. The books your library owns are listed along with other resources in its catalog. You can search the catalog by author, title, or subject. If your first search calls up too few results, try different keywords or search for books on broader topics. Research tips. The catalog record for a book lists related subject headings. These headings are a good way to locate other books on your subject. To locate other sources, use a variety of online tools. Most government agencies post information on their websites, and federal and state governments use websites to communicate with citizens. Museums and libraries often post digital versions of primary sources such as photographs, political speeches, and classic literary texts. The internet at large lacks quality control. The material on many sites has not necessarily been reviewed by experts, so carefully evaluate what you find. Search engines. When using a search engine such as Google or Yahoo, focus your search as narrowly as possible and refine your search by using advanced search tools. Directories. If you want to find good resources on topics too broad for a search engine, try a directory. Unlike search engines, directories are put together by information specialists who choose reputable sites and arrange them by topics: education, health, politics, and so on. Try the following directories for scholarly research: Internet Scout Project, Librarians Internet Index, Open Directory Project, and www Virtual Library. This concludes researching part 1.